Right, here we are then. It's the day of the American election. I haven't got. There's no red on me. Right, let's start. What we're looking today is just like where I live. Right, that's my house, and this is right on the other side of the road. And this is a boundary marker, and what this is Oxford's boundary comes up here and then goes down there. So this is the corner marker, what it used to be, and where this is, so that, those trees and where it goes down there, that's called the Boundary Brook. And this stone placed in, that's the Oxford crest, bull, the Bull of Oxford, Oxford, 1892. There you are, the mayor. So this is like a real ancient place, ancient way. So this goes, that goes to London, and then this way it goes to Oxford. So we'll go this way to Oxford, and it's like basically trees all the way. So let's take a walk and have a look at Oxford. Right, we can see this a bit better now. So that was where we were, just over there, where that fluorescent cyclist is. And then, so this is what they call Cuckoo Lane. Actually, it's so ancient. The path that goes the other way is below the level of the modern ground by about 1.5 foot or 2 feet. So ancient is the way that the ground around it has built up over centuries and centuries and millennia. It's real old. So this is Cuckoo Lane. It's another stone placed. So we've got quite a few of these sorts of stones in the United Kingdom. Stones marking, you know, distances, but you know, marking ways, marking routes. So this is a very ancient route. So this is a route going up and down, and I live at the sort of the junction between the ancient route and then, as I say, this spring that is the boundary of Oxford, that runs down to the Thames. I don't think there are any other springs that could be said to be in Oxford. So that is the contribution of Oxford to the great River Thames that flows to London. So let's walk down here, see where it goes. Right, a bit further down that path now. I think I missed the real nice view. This is the allotments, so like where people grow vegetables and things. It's one of the longest views I get. Oxford's very small and it's surrounded by very close hills, so there's almost no views. That's about as far as you'll see up there. It's the northeast. Northwest. Right. Well, we're on that path that we just looked at. This walks down the side of the university that I was at 7 years ago.
Yeah.
We're nearly at the park. It's a real nice time of year to be doing this little bit of a walk, actually. Much quieter here than it was at the top of the hill. So we're coming down a hill now. I live up on a hill. Not much of a hill, frankly, but it's a hill. Yeah, Oxford Brookes University. Yeah, that's where I was. It's not actually in Oxford. It's on top of a hill next to Oxford. But don't tell anybody. I went to university in Oxford. Look at this. Lovely day. So this is so we've walked from my house over the road and into the paths, and now we've used the paths to get into the park. and we'll start walking down now. Right, we've come to the bottom of the big park now. We just came down through with the trees. This is South Park, an enormous park of green space in Oxford, where the stage was just down here in 2001. I saw Radiohead play. It's the last time they played in Oxford, 2001, and that whole park was absolutely full of people. That whole place absolutely full of people. Right, this is a little bit of road. I mean, it is a bit of road, I'm not going to deny it. It's quite a pretty bit of road though, so let's not complain. Right, Oxford, that way. Right, we've got another brief history stop here. That house there, that's number 2 Morrill Avenue, and it was in that house on that end that in goodness knows when, 1997, 96, 95, no, 97, I took acid and watched Dune. They're trying to convince us there's some sort of medical emergency going on. Anyway, right. Yeah, I watched Dune and it's never left me. Honestly, it like imprinted on my brain. I still love it. Right, Oxford. This way. Right, so that was the little bit of road, basically. We're now crossing the bridge over. That's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. And we're crossing the bridge. I crossed the, yeah, crossed the bridge, crossed the road. And we're now entering actual Oxford. So it's real, there's almost no road, but there's almost no like built up area between my house and Oxford. I'm so lucky to be where I am, I really am. So this is Magdalen College Tower, and on May morning, 1st of May, well, we didn't do it this year, but 1st of May, this bridge is closed and is thronged, completely packed with people, absolutely packed. And at 6 in the morning, absolute silence for a choir of these boys. This is Magdalen College schoolboys. Magdalen College School is just here. These are the Magdalen College School grounds, and that's Magdalen College, and those are the boys that sing in the choir. On top of the tower, and the last song that was sung, and maybe the last song ever, depending on, you know, how how the world turns out, was Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It was rather beautiful. So this is the bridge, and that's Magdalen College, so we shall continue. We shall continue into Oxford and find some quiet. Right. Well, it's quiet here. We came the quiet way. I just thought it might be nice actually, because these gentlemen can totally get in my video, because what they're going to do is illustrate a point between town and gown. Is that as a townsman, one sees these things as walls, but in fact they are enormous gardens up and above. So that the rich and famous can throw things at the hoi polloi in the general street. Throwing bread to the poor people. So.
Have a good day.
Hoi polloi. Ah, it's quiet here. We're actually about halfway across Oxford already, and we're going the quiet way to I have seen Harry Potter, so I have seen Harry Potter, but and so you can see, because I was raised in Oxford, so there's this sort of town and gown, they call it, and that's the relationship between the folk, so they're just ordinary people, if you will, who lived here before Oxford University existed, before the Enlightenment. And then Oxford University came. It's like most of Oxford now is the university. So the town that existed flattened, taken away, and there were enormous riots in the 1200s, 1300s, where hundreds of people were killed on both sides. It was sort of a little civil war. But anyway, so yeah, so coming from a member of, I was raised as a townie, if you will. Okay, so because we're talking about the attitude of lack, the attitude of poverty, as opposed to the attitude of abundance. You know, gentlemen, young gentlemen looking down. Oh, they've been over there. Oh. You know, and bless them, I've lived in, you know, I've sung in choirs, see, so I have seen that world, I've moved through that world, and really it's quite a complex political life I've had, actually. It is, isn't this glorious? This is Merton College. Beautiful bells ring out from this tower, absolutely beautiful bells. This is Christ Church Meadow. Oh, as if by magic. La 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 la. It's a lovely chime, that one, in full flight. That is a lovely chime. So for Harry Potter fans then, I've seen a couple of the films, maybe. No, I haven't. I've seen about half of the first one, I think. I don't think I've seen it all the way through. Maybe I have. Anyway, I think I recall that it was filmed rather a lot, because I remember it being filmed around here. And if that is Christ Church Meadow, this is Christ Church. That's the Christ Church Cathedral. And the Cathedral Gardens. And as we walk round the corner, Harry Potter fans are going to have a little bit of wet trousers moment, I should think, because this is, I think it features in the films quite heavily, just this facade as we come around the corner. So we're going a slightly funny way, honestly, to get into Oxford, but it is at least quiet. So and singing in choirs and moving in, because we were singing in University College, which is on the other side of a little quaint way that we might get to, just over there, one of the very first colleges of Oxford University. And you know, singing with the students, and they don't support Donald Trump. I'll tell you that for absolutely nothing at all. Yeah, isn't this Harry Potter? This is Harry Potter, right? This is where Harry Potter goes to school. This is Hogwarts, no? I think it is. I mean, you know, leave a comment if it's not. I mean, sorry to disappoint you, but I think it is. That's Hogwarts, man. Right, let's continue a walk around. Right, well, that's Christ Church. It's real. Can't get in there today. Bit in the corner. I'll go around till they tell me to piss off. So in that corner is like where the there's this grand staircase that goes up that is like in Hogwarts. It's amazing, but I can't go in there today, sorry about that. But right, let's continue into Oxford. Right, well that's actually the shopping street up there and the centre of Oxford. So we're going to cut down this little passageway here, and this will take us into older Oxford. So we're sort of cutting back on ourselves now. We're on the other side of Christchurch, heading back towards where I live. So let's put that time lapse on again and see where we get to. These people, it's a beeping. What right do these people have to beep when people are trying to film? I mean, really? That's okay, don't worry. Right, we have arrived. This is the back of Christchurch. I don't know whether this appears in the films. And over there is University Church, St Mary the Virgin, where I have sung. This is the other side of Merton that we heard ringing before, and in 2012 I was here with the porter ringing my bicycle bell, because in the morning of the Olympic ceremony, the Olympic opening ceremony, all across the land all the bells rang out at 8 in the morning, and I was here on my way to London on my bicycle with the porter in Christchurch Porter's Lodge ringing my bicycle bell. So many engines. How is it so busy? There you are. So that's where we were. So now we'll go up this way. This must have been in Harry Potter. This must be in all the films, because this is the only bit of Oxford that is a cobbled street. Look at that. Cobbled streets, imagine that. So if you fly over Oxford, which I have done, because from the ground what we're seeing is a lot of walls. That's what I was saying about the boys up on their sort of in their ivory towers, we would say, maybe, is on the street as a townsfolk, all we see is walls. All we see is impediments to our liberty. We're closed away from everything else that exists. You know, it's just stone and stone and stone. But here's a perfect example of it. This wall here. See? See how high that tree is? The ground level on the other side of this wall is a perfect garden, well above the level of the street, well above the level of the street. So when you fly over Oxford, what you see is a garden, and if you are within the university, you are living in a walled garden, and the stonework that you see is keeping those nasty people away from you. So it's like it's a dual world. They're in their walled gardens, but where we are, if I want to take that position as a member of the hoi polloi, I think that's right, is we're shut out. All we see is stone, hard surfaces, hard life, hard. We see, they see green. Right, we're going to cross over the street here and then down the way. It'll be a bit noisy, so I'll do a time lapse for it. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying this. I think it's coming from inside the college. There's this beautiful sound of piano music coming. Somebody's playing the piano somewhere. It's just beautiful. This is it Oriel? I'm not sure. It's a college anyway. And over there's a sundial, so look for it. It's up on the apex of this building, so have a look. Now I don't know where that was, but that is like, I think it's Isaac Newton made that sundial. This is the other side of the University Church of St Mary the Virgin where I sang, and this is the Radcliffe camera. Oh, can you hear that? Oh, it's lovely, the sound. Oh, Oxford. Oh, Oxford. So this is like the heart of Oxford. This, the Radcliffe camera, is where Mr. Hitler was going to have his European Parliament. It is. That's why Oxford never got bombed, because he wanted it. And more gardens. I think I have been in that garden. Because we see the stone of it, but look where the trees are. The ground level is real high, right above the level of the street, so the whole of the university is built like a castle. It's defensible because they're so much higher up than we are. So you can understand then that, and with this being the Bodleian Library, so this library, we'll see the other side in a minute, this library holds every book ever published in the English language. Okay, so they've got the space hidden behind stonework, beautiful gardens, we're not allowed anywhere near it, and they've got all the knowledge in the world, and that's all behind stone, and we're not allowed anywhere near it. And this is kind of just an observation of the old world, and this is where we are then with an observation about the election of the President of the United States of America, because this is the choice facing the world. We don't get to vote, but so you come over towards the Bodleian. Let's have a quick look in there. Not allowed in there, obviously. We'll see around the other side of there. Is a battle between the establishment, which uses stone and impressive monuments and security and being above, to separate itself from the below people. It implies, the establishment implies that there is an under order, that they are above and that we are below. Very famous site of Oxford there, the Bridge of Sighs. So we walk through here. This is the other side of the Bodleian and the Sheldonian Theatre. So when you graduate from Oxford University, this is where you come for your Ensenia, because everything in Oxford's called something else from what everyone else in the world calls it. Obviously. But this is where they graduate, in a great ceremony in here. I took part in a reenactment of an Ensenia with Anthony Hopkins and Deborah Winger in filming of Shadowlands, a film in the 90s about C.S. Lewis. So it was incredible to be in that sort of atmosphere, everyone in costume of the 1930s actually. but to feel the throng in there and the singing and the organ, amazing, amazing. And this is the Divinity School. So not only have we got the space in the possession of the establishment, we've also got knowledge in the possession of the establishment. And this is the Divinity School, and this is also in Harry Potter, so we're going to try and look through the window. Divinity, divine, they also are holding God away from us. Okay, so we have like no rights, basically. We have no rights to knowledge or space or God. Okay, look at that. I'll hold the camera up, see if we can have a look around. Hope you can see that, the most incredible vaulted ceiling, just incredible. And so this is where the choice is, because Donald Trump, you know, yeah, he's got a lot of money, but you know, he's an American. Okay, the Americans left this place. It's like that pub we passed, 1242. Okay, the US wasn't formed with the Constitution until 1770 something, I don't know what, but we're talking 500 years before the formation of the United States. And the people that went to the United States was not the establishment. It was not the establishment, it was the people who had no space, no access to knowledge and no access to God, who were like, well, there's nothing here for me, I'm going away. Okay, and that's where the United States came from. So like, it's quite a big choice to my mind. So this is why I'm kind of, you know, I'm not an establishment figure, I'm a member of the townsfolk. Look at that, it's just all so beautiful. The work and the money that came out of, where did it come from? The money that came and built all this from the land. It started from the land, from farming and owning the land, and then having the poor people farm the land, and then collecting the tenants' money from the land, and then putting it all together into, I'm gonna get locked in it, is yeah, is getting the poor people to earn the money to build this place. And then further money came from the empire, when that was many centuries later, or at least many years later, several centuries later. Is the money came from the empire, from slavery and from land holdings and poor people overseas. You know, so that's where it is the, so this is that's the India Institute on the corner there. That's a total prime example of the empire at work there. Is that's the, you know, this is the representative of India. So the newly established middle classes and upper classes in India, when we had the empire, their representatives coming here for education in Oxford. But again, it's all behind stone, and it's not poor people. But as well, you know, we have to sort of be slightly thankful. This is the Museum of the History of Science, and you know, everything that, all the knowledge that builds the modern world, the, you know, the knowledge that builds the camera that I'm speaking into, was kind of born in places like this. So, you know, you can't dismiss it completely, but right, let's walk around the corner. Oh, it's beautiful here. It is beautiful. I'm in a state of shock with this. This is Boswell's, and this is a segment about loss. That is what this is about. Boswell's department store shop is right across here, all the way up to the top. established 1738. So this shop is older than the United States of America. It's gone, mate. Gone. Closed. Gone. Okay? And this is always a tragic corner for me as well, because this whole space where this little tree is, that little tree is growing from the stump, I believe. Let's have a look. It's growing from the stump. This whole space used to be absolutely filled with tree. No, it's a new tree, but you can see here. An absolutely vast tree used to stand here. I can just sense it. I can sense the spirit of it. This view should have a tree hanging in it. This vast canopy of hundreds of years old of tree. And cut down. Cut down. Some health and safety. Health and safety. Dangerous tree. Stood for hundreds of years. Just cut off. Just cut off. So I can understand then how the establishment feels and how, you know, Democrats feel at the, you know, the election in 2016 of Donald Trump, because he's one of the people rising up, you know, without violence, rising up to take control of the place from the establishment. So I can, you know, I can well see, and I was on that side and I felt that loss, you know, at that time, and it's taken me these few years to, you know, as I say, change my position completely and sort of realise, because there's kind of a, you know, anyone that goes to university wants to better themselves. You know, you go to university to enter the establishment basically, and I did that, and I was like building a business in architecture, and, you know, like Boswell's. Where's that world? Where's that world gone? Where is it? It's gone. It's gone for the sake of health. Where's the tree? Health and safety, gone. Where is it gone? The old world, gone. So I very much hope that oh, I don't know, but here we are then. I'll close here because we've been around all of Oxford basically. This is the Martyrs Memorial, and as we passed down Broad Street there, we passed across a cross on the ground, and it was for the bishops that refused to change either from Catholicism to the Church of England, or from the Church of England to Catholicism, whichever switch was done in history, and they were burnt at the stake there. So that was the establishment being lost. And here is the Ashmolean Museum. I'll walk over there because it's quite noisy here now that bus has stopped. Oh no, it's quite quiet. Oh good. Lovely, thank you. This is the first purpose-built museum in the world, and in there that is full of mummies, but a great deal of Egypt and the Egyptian artifacts that were exhumed from the Giza Plateau and all down the Nile are in there. They've got a whole temple deconstructed and rebuilt inside the Ashmolean. So this is like a recognition then, even then in the 1700s when America was being formed, a recognition of old worlds that have passed already, and to memorialize them but not try and like cling on. But this is a house of the passing of the worlds, and is today a day of the passing of the world. That was a very profound ending, Mark. Well, I thought so. Well, I'll give it a go, you know. Thanks for joining. Longer video today. I really hope you enjoyed Oxford. It's been a bit dark, but it's the winter basically. So here you are. It's my home. Thank you.